there's been an intense debate about this Talladega dress code. Have y'all seen this?
No.
This school is basically saying all the students have to go. I know you saw it. All the students
do-rags and shit, right? That's them?
no do-rags, no bonnets.
He don't see nothing.
He sees everything. He's on threads.
No do-rags, no bonnets, and no flip-flops, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To school. And there's like
bonnets, flip-flops,
do-rags.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And this is kind of a thing at HBCUs a lot of time. Morgan State had one before in the business school. Other people have it where they had to wear a dress. You had to literally wear suits to class.
Is this school HBCU?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and the idea, and I'm torn about it. You know what I mean? Because I, as an educator, I'm like, yo, I don't need my students dressed up to go to school. I don't think you need that. But I also feel like going to school, there is value to it. To get preparing people for a world. And I feel like sometimes every time we tell black kids to dress up, there's a bunch of people who got good jobs and good money telling people that it's a bad idea and that we're just doing it to please white people. You know what I mean? And some people are. And I hear that.
Yeah, it's not always true.
But it's not always true. And so I struggle with, like, black folk have dignity and professionalism without white people.
1,000%.
You know what I mean? But I also don't want to worship a dress code and believe that you can dress your way out of poverty, dress your way out of racism, dress your way out of all that other shit. So it's a complicated argument. I know y'all people say I take both sides on it. If I had to take a position, I would say I'm against dress codes in school.
I am too.
But I understand. I don't want to demonize people who do it. So I was just like, how do y'all feel about dress codes in school, either for the kids or and this is college.
Oh, it goes farther, actually. I'm torn. I'm torn because you could live on college campuses and have an 8 o'clock class and you've been studying till 2 in the morning. And the last thing on your mind is what the fuck I got on. So you could throw on some sweatpants and a whatever and haul ass across campus to be there on time. So
But you know they're gonna say that's when you gotta go to work at 9 a.m. You gotta get dressed.
Shit, we gotta be to work.
No, that's not true because when typical person that works a 9 to 5, they not up at 2 in the morning with a strenuous 18 credit schedule where they busting their ass to study. That's not always the case, right? So I think that
what about the?
I see both sides. I think that and this is the whole thing behind corporate sometimes, or dress codes in clubs. When niggas used to say, yo, when you got hard bottoms on, you're less inclined to get into some physical altercation. You're less inclined because you're in a different mind frame.
You better not. Them boys slippery.
Yeah,
definitely.
slide, get loose.
I see both sides. I think that you are preparing your kids to carry themselves in a dignified manner. I don't necessarily know if the wave caps and the bonnets convey that. So I'm torn. I see both sides. It's tough.
I'm muting up on this for obvious reasons. But I don't know nothing about none of this college stuff. But my question to y'all is, do y'all believe uniformity leads to uniformity? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a uniform thing.
I do.
Because it's not a uniform. They just saying...
Your answer is yes, you do believe that.
Yeah.
And you're saying that is a uniform, though.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's
You can have everything we all got on.
Yeah.
A dress code is not a uniform. A uniform is all of these people are wearing the same exact thing. Right? So the uniformity thing kind of takes away your individualism. So I don't necessarily stand in that, but I do understand. It's like when you go to the military cuts your hair and you do all of that shit because I want y'all to operate as one. I don't want you to still hold on to who you are because now we teaching you how to perform in a unit or a collective. I think that a dress code is not uniformity, so I don't think it applies.
Okay. I agree with that. I think uniforms, though, or dress codes still can limit your creativity.
True, I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and there's a kind of uniformity that comes with it. It's not uniform, but it's still certainly a certain kind of genre of dress that you could wear.
It's a mindset that you're preparing somebody, that you're conditioning somebody to kind of have.
You trying to tell people the real world, though. Like you said, every time this happens, there are people that come out with great paying jobs that'll say, hey, I got this great paying job without this. But that's a minority. That's not the overwhelming majority. So you kind of setting them up for failure a little bit, because if you think, oh, all right, we don't need this, we could go out any kind of way and everybody could go get a job up here making all this kind of money. Well, no, everybody can't. It's going to be a little bit harder. Whereas there are companies that you'll make decent money at, but they'll have a dress code. Yeah. And you don't want to tell a kid, like, you could do whatever you want to do and you're guaranteed to succeed. You're kind of selling a false image there. You're giving them false hope. So I don't like that idea of, nah, yeah, everybody's saying this, but the outliers, the exception to the rule becomes the rule when people start talking.
I think it also, I'm obviously staying quiet for obvious reasons as well. I think it's also weird though at a college level where it's not. This is not high school. This is not some mandatory. I'm paying y'all.
That's the point. That's a good point.
Y'all not gonna tell me how to dress.
I ain't.
But y'all paying. But I'm
paying
paying y'all to prepare me
in the club too.
But look, y'all are paying me to prepare me for the next step.
Right.
And they don't want
so y'all not just giving me the education, y'all giving me the tools, everything I need to succeed at the next level.
I think that's
part of that is going to come with the physical appearance.
I went to state school, man. We're wearing all types of shit.
But that's an interesting point, Parks, because I think state school is different. You know what I mean? And I've taught at state or state-sponsored schools and all that stuff, and I would never expect a dress code.
Yeah.
But the HBCU mission is different.
Yeah,
and so if we say we're like family here, and we're raising you in a certain kind of way, that's part of what you're paying for. In the same way, like when you pay for like military school, you're paying for a certain, you're paying to somebody yell at you.
Right.
Yeah. And if I'm paying for public school or a regular private school, I'm not paying for somebody to yell at my kid. But if I'm into the military, which I'm not, I would want that.
You're saying from the parents' perspective.
Yes. And the kid, I'm saying you're buying into the program when you go to a HBCU. And part of it is to say, we're going to love you a certain way, we're going to discipline you a certain way, we're going to prepare you a certain way.
Because in some households, when you go in there to see your grade, they'll ask you to take, no matter how old you are, to take your do-rag off or take your bonnet off, take your hat off. So it is a rule. True. I understand what they're saying. If they just talking about do-rags and bonnets and no flip-flops, I can see. I see it. That's not nothing to.
It's more than that. I looked it up. It's more than that.
And to your point that you're paying, hey, most private schools I'm talking about elementary, uniforms.
Or private schools, period.
But that's different because your parents are paying for it. No. As a college student, some people's parents paid for their college, obviously. Oftentimes they're not, though.
No, but you said, I'm paying you to go here, so I wear what I want, talking about to the school. I'm saying the same thing. The student, whether it be your parent paying for whoever, you're paying to go to this school.
But that's very different because, back to your point, if as the parent, I'm putting you in this school because I want you to be in the uniform and all this shit. If I'm an adult, which a college student is, I am paying for this, unless your parents are paying, which happens in some
your
cases,
mission point is
different.
Is strong. Yeah, Mark's mission point is strong. Like if you go to Harvard, you're not only going for the education, you're going for a bunch of other things that Harvard represents and presents.
For sure.
So if you walking around and you at Georgetown or if you at Howard or if you at Morgan State and you want this school to project certain shit and you got everybody walking around with bikini thongs on, they're legal. You can wear a thong. That's not necessarily the message that we want to be sending at this institution.
I just love that when you said bikini thong, Amani's head went up.
New Joe Budden.